This is one of my most favorite lessons in geometry when it comes to vocabulary. And there's a lot of vocabulary in geometry. I'm going to talk to you about angle relationships. So we're going to have a set of parallel lines that are cut by a transversal. Those are some of the vocab words right off the bat, parallel and transversal. I'm going to label each angle here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm going to label each angle with a number, and then I'm going to talk to you about how to relate all of these angles with a name. The whole point of this is to figure out which angles match each other and how do we know, and what's the rule that can tie to it, the theorem or the postulate, and go from there. Let's jump right into vertical. Vertical and diagonal go hand in hand. So if I were to look at angle 1, its vertical angle is angle 3. So we would recognize that angle 1 and angle 3 are considered vertical angles. 2 and 4 are also considered vertical angles. 1 and 3 are both acute. 2 and 4 are both obtuse. That's another thing that you want to just make sure that they both have the same value of their angle. Supplementary, if you remember, supplementary make 180 degrees. So any two angles that share a common ray and create a straight line are considered supplementary. So let's just look at a couple. Angles 1 and 2 would be considered supplementary. Angles 1 and 4 are considered supplementary. There's a lot of supplementary angle relationships on this particular image. 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 5 and 8, 6 and 7, 7 and 8. All of those have supplementary relationships. So I'm not going to list them all, but hopefully you got the picture there. Corresponding. Corresponding means they're in the same general orientation. And I say that because I like to refer to it as the two parallel lines being train tracks, and there's a diagonal line that is called the transversal. So if I say it's on the upper left of the train tracks, that means angles 1 and angles 5 are in the upper part of the train tracks to the left of the transversal. So angle 1 and angle 5 would be considered corresponding. There's 3 other sets of corresponding angles. Can you tell what they are? We have 2 and 6. We have 4 and 8. We also have 3 and 7. Those are all considered corresponding. So there's 4 different sets of corresponding angles. So this is just one of the examples. Alternate interior. Again, let's come back to the train tracks. Alternating over the transversal. Interior means inside of the train tracks. So since the angles are supposed to match each other, if I chose angle 4, I want to look what is the other angle that alternates over the transversal and is on the interior or inside of the train tracks. That's also obtuse in this case. So that would be angle 6. Angles 3 and 5 are also considered alternate interior. So that's pretty awesome. Alternate exterior, same description, except for instead of on the inside of the train tracks, they are on the outside of the train tracks. So if I looked at angle 1, I'd look across to the outside and over the transversal. So 1 and 7. I also am trying to keep in mind that 1 is acute. So as I look at the other acute angle that's on the outside of the train tracks, it's got to be 7. That's the only other option. 2 and 8 are considered alternate exterior as well. Same side interior means they are both inside the train tracks and on the same side of the transversal. So angles 4 and angle 5 would be considered same side interior. They also have to add up to 180 degrees. So you're going to have one acute and one obtuse angle when you're looking at same side interior. Now let's put this to the test. If I were to tell you that angle 1 is 40 degrees, let's figure out the angles of all the rest of the angles, all the values, based on all of these angle relationships. Ready? Okay, here we go. 1 and 3 are vertical angles. So we know that 3 is also 40 degrees. Angle 2 and angle 1 are considered supplementary, which means they have to equal 180. So 180 minus 40 is 140. 4 and 2 are also vertical angles. So that means angle 4 is also 140 degrees. And just like that, we've got the whole upper section finished. Corresponding, angles 1 and 5 are corresponding, which means they match each other. They're both acute, so double check. Don't just put any old numbers in there. Angles 1 and 5 are both acute, which means they're both going to be 40. Angle 4 and 8 are also corresponding, so angle 8 is going to be 140. Angles 1 and 7 are alternate exterior angles. 7 is also vertical with 5. It is also supplementary with 8. Look at all of the options. You don't have to just pick one. There's not like just one right answer. There's actually multiple ways to figure all of these out. And 6 finally is going to be 140 for lots of reasons, corresponding with 2, same side interior with 3, supplementary with 7, vertical with 8, alternate interior with 4. So many options. So hopefully that helps. This is a great little cheat sheet. If you can have it, color code it, write it down, get yourself little, just anything you can to just connect all of those pieces together. But remember, there's only 2 different numbers in there, 40 and 140, because all of them match each other in one way or the other. It's pretty great. Hope you like that. So how'd that go? Did that make any sense? Hopefully you had a moment of clarity where you went, oh, that's it. That's always my goal. So check out my other math videos, and hopefully you'll have more aha moments throughout all those as well. Don't forget to tell your friends too.